Buongiorno, good day to all. Epidemiology is the study of the distribution of health conditions among people over time and across places. UNAIDS as an agency must appreciate the different epidemics with different root causes around the globe. To this end, UNAIDS has increasingly gathered and used geospatial data to guide the HIV response. UNAIDS began exploring geospatial systems in earnest in 2013, holding a technical consultation with the major donors to the HIV response, the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria, and the US President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, also known as PEPFAR. A technical brief was issued in 2013 and was followed by a global report that showed the available granular data in 2015. The following year, the Key Population Atlas was launched to display subnational data for stigmatized populations vulnerable to HIV infection, also known as key populations. These include sex workers of any gender, people who inject drugs, men who have sex with men, transgender women, and prisoners. I will briefly recap the evolution of UNAIDS coming to work with geospatial data. From 2003 to 2015, UNAIDS used local data from pregnant women and key populations to model national estimates. We received these data and only reported these data at national level. There was no subnational reporting. In 2013, the sparseness of key population data was noted as an important weakness, and it was poorly understood why it was so. From 2013 to 2016, UNAIDS data collection was modified to gather subnational data for all indicators, especially key population indicators, and map construction began in earnest. Just to highlight the issue, look at the maps here of India. On the left was the map of India that we could traditionally display, one national figure. India used to argue with UNAIDS that it was meaningless to submit a national estimate of anything. And they were right, of course. However, with the new platform, they could submit subnational data, and the heterogeneity of their HIV epidemic and response became clear. And you can see that it's very obvious in the map on the right-hand side. In 2016, the Key Population Atlas was launched, and this was to help us identify where we had data and programs and where we had data and program gaps, more importantly. In 2018, the Key Population Atlas was expanded, and in 2020, an open data platform was created. In this slide, you can see the breadth of indicators that are collected for men who have sex with men alone. So we've created these maps, and we are displaying large numbers of indicators on them. In 2018, we further expanded the features that are held in the Key Population Atlas to include cross-tabulations to allow users to visually explore correlations. In this example, HIV prevalence is crossed with condom use at last sex among men who have sex with men in South America. In addition to increasing our capability to display geospatial data, UNAIDS has also increased our ability to analyze and create geospatial data. In 2020, several expansions in our data generation and sharing capacity were implemented. UNAIDS, with our various partners, expanded our capacity to develop estimates of HIV incidence and prevalence to the district levels. And we can display those, in this case, next to a map of treatment coverage. We should see relatively low incidence where ART coverage is high. We can see that in this circled parish to the north, we have high ART coverage as shown on the right, with relatively low HIV incidence as shown on the left. This gives us an inkling of an idea that the ART program may be having some positive impact on HIV incidence. We can also use this newly developed feature to cross-tabulate two different diseases and look for correlations. There is some speculation, for example, that female genital schistosomiasis elevates risk for HIV infection among young women. We were able to develop visuals that allow for hypothesis generation and direct the focus of research. Until now, UNAIDS has provided graphic displays, maps and figures through our online platforms. With the help of Team Dev, UNAIDS will offer an open data platform where users can interrogate the data using GIS or download the data for use in other software packages. The public will be able to access and use data gathered by UNAIDS within a GIS platform to create bespoke maps and analysis. They may also download the data into a spreadsheet for further analysis in other software packages. Thank you for listening in to this broadcast.